Welcome to the Shantae Nicole podcast. Happy to have you. So, all right, I got my stress baby right here. She's so cute. So, now that we've got that out the way, I want to volunteer some information because mental health is extremely important, right? And since I've been in anger management for 2 years and family therapy with my son for 14 years off and on, and also 12 years individual therapy, I wanted to volunteer some information, right? It's important to be intentional. So if you've seen any of my videos, my long videos or my shorts on any of my platforms, the Nicole Channel 23, right? Then you know that I've had unnecessary court situations with children's services because of my mother. And so nothing is all bad and nothing is all good, right? So America is not what you know, America is what you can prove. And I know a lot of people are on the fence about therapy, but the blessing of therapy is it allows you to develop a healthy relationship with yourself. When people are mean to you, that's how they really feel about themselves. And so I'm volunteering this information because mental health is so important, and a lot of people unfortunately are like a sponge and they're taking everything personal. And it's not really about you, it's about that person. See, unfortunately, a person cannot give you what they don't have. Like, I've been told like several times, like especially when I was younger and I was traveling from like state to state with my mom every 3 to 4 years because I'm an Army brat. My mom did over 20 years active duty Army Reserve. So it's like especially like when I used to live in Texas, people were like, oh my God, like you're so nice, and I thought you were going to be like this and be like that. But a person cannot give you what they don't have. So it's not for you to allow yourself to be used or abused or mistreated or disrespected. I know we always hear it takes respect to give respect. I want to volunteer some information. I want to give you the blueprint. I give every single person respect. I do not wait for them to respect me. What I do is, if I realize they don't match my energy, I don't continue to deal with them. That's the gym I want to volunteer. I give every single person respect, 100%. It doesn't matter who it is or what the situation is. I'm always going to give you respect. But when I realize that I'm not receiving that back in return, what's understood doesn't need to be explained. Depending on the situation, I may or may not have a conversation about it. If it's somebody you're never going to see again, or you only see like every blue moon for whatever reason, then yeah, it's not really meant to have a conversation, right? If it's a coworker, relative, a friend of a friend, whoever, you might want to have a conversation. But even still, it takes two people to argue. So I want to volunteer that I don't go back and forth with people because I don't like to argue, right? Because there is another side. Like my personality, I am nice and outgoing and funny and all these things, but I don't like to be upset because I've been blessed to have friends for a really long time, and I don't argue, and I want to volunteer information. The C word, compromise. Compromise is extremely huge in every situation. Everything is not going to go your way, and therapy is a blessing because therapy helps you to do that, right? It helps you to understand that, hey, everything is not going to go my way, and the things that don't go my way, it's okay. It's not that big of a deal. So therapy is a blessing because it allows you to check your ego. So many relationships, so many bridges are burned because of ego and pride, and people not having the ability to take accountability or to apologize, or apologizing when it's way too late, right? For example, there's someone I've known for like I don't know, way over 20 years. And they had disrespected me, right? It took them 5 months to apologize. By the time they had apologized, I had already given myself closure. And that's another gem that I want to volunteer. Sometimes when people hurt you, mistreat you, betray your trust, you're not always going to get the reaction or the response that you want and feel like you need from them. Sometimes you're going to have to look within and provide that to yourself. It's important to heal because oftentimes people will enter new situations, a lot of relationship, romantic situations, and they'll say, well, the last person did this, and now they're holding the new person accountable. And that's how people knock their blessings. People pray for things that they're not ready for. So you pray for someone or something, God brings it to you, and then when he brings it to you, you can't recognize the blessing because you haven't healed from the trauma of your past. So I just want to volunteer that information. The Shante Nicole podcast allows you to get to know the other side of me, right? Nicole is like more of the professional side and, Christian this and Christian that. I love Jesus Christ. I am a proud Christian, right? Always having like my Christian bracelets and I love Jesus bracelets and all of that. And that's been amazing for self-control, my mental health, because you're not going to be in therapy all day, every day, right? So, but whatever works for you, we all have vices. For me, my vice is like my Christian bracelets, or I pray 10 times a day, right? That's a vice for me. I try to be cost effective, take the cheap way out. And that's a gem I want to volunteer to. In this economy, when people are balancing their checkbook, you have to include your vices. Oftentimes, people are putting their wants before their needs. And so, people will kick it, go to the club, but they haven't balanced their checkbook, and then you come up short. You're turning into a family friend, a spouse, whoever, and you're saying, oh, can you help me with this, right? By the time you get your check, you only have 70% of your money. So if you couldn't live off 100%, you can't live off 70%. And I want to volunteer this information because I don't want you burning unnecessary bridges with people who love and care about you and you will need later on in life. And you might even need them before they need you. So my name is Shante Nicole. Welcome to my podcast. I hope and pray that this message has been a blessing to you. Bye-bye.